Guys, what's going on? It's John here for another Bruins week in review. And this one's long overdue, but I was away for a couple weeks and then I just didn't have time to make this video. So we're going to go back and look back, and it's been actually almost exactly a month since the last Bruins week in review, so there's a lot to go over. So this video is going to be kind of long. So the first game that we missed, it was the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers in Boston. In this game, the Bruins were down 3-0 going to the third, and they came roaring back thanks to goals from, I believe, Nathan Horton and Krejci got the first two. And then Brad Marchand with a goalie pulled tied at 3-3. But eventually the Rangers did win it in OT. So that was a 4-3 overtime loss for Boston. But that was very encouraging, showed that they didn't give up after going down by that much. Next game was February 15th, and it was in Buffalo. It was a 4-2 loss for Boston. Anton Khudobin was in net. And this was just a poor game for everyone. I mean, Khudobin, that was not the best start we were looking for in our backup. And, yeah, it just wasn't a good game, especially then that on top of the overtime loss to the Rangers wasn't good. But 2 days later, they traveled to Winnipeg, and they came out with a clutch win. They were losing, and they came back. Rask was in net. Brad Marchand got the game winner, I believe, in the third period. And I'm going off these games at the top of my memory, guys. Sorry. There's so many games I have to get in, so if I mess up on a couple of things, just sorry about that. Then, 4 days later, they played the Lightning in Tampa. I actually went to this game. It was a great game. They got off to a really quick start. Got 2 goals early thanks to Nathan Horton, and I believe the other one was Patrice Bergeron. And then Steven Stamkos got a late one in the first to make it 2-1. And then Corey Conacher scored a weak one on Rask to take it 2-2. Marchand got the third for the Bruins, and I'm not quite sure who got the fourth. It was a solid win for Boston. Then they traveled to Sunrise, Florida to play the Panthers, and this is the game where Zdeno Chara had the great spinorama backhander goal that everyone was talking about. Rask was in net again. This was just a really solid win. And to round off the 5-game road trip, they went to the island to play the Islanders, and they won this one 4-1 as well. Rask was once again in net, so they finished that 5-game road trip 4-1-0, so it was a very solid road trip. They rebounded well after the tough losses to the Rangers and the Sabres. And to finish out the month, they hosted the Ottawa Senators. And this one was 1-1 going into overtime. And late in the overtime, Dennis Seidenberg just threw it on net, and it somehow squeaked through the legs of Leonard. Rask was in net again for Boston, and they came up with a big win and improved their winning streak to 5 in a row. Then, 2 days later, it was a Saturday matinee. Once again, I was at this game as well. It was Bruins at Lightning, this time in Boston. And the Lightning got off to a really quick start and took a 2-0 lead. Anton Khudobin was in net, and Stamkos scored his signature one-timer, except that it was kind of a weak goal from given up by Khudobin. I think he probably should have got to that one. But later on in the first, Alex Killorn made a very nice move after a sweet feed from Teddy Purcell and made a great move past Khudobin, and there really wasn't anything he could do about that one. And the Bruins battled back, and then with like 2 or 3 minutes left in the third, it was a 2-on-1 with Patrice Bergeron and Brad Marchand, and Marchand just buried it off the pass from Bergeron top shelf past Matthew Guerin, and that was a huge win for Boston. But the next night, it hosted the red hot Montreal Canadiens, and the Bruins got off to I don't know, I wouldn't call it a great start, but they got a lot of offense from a lot of their good players, and Dougie Hamilton actually scored in this game, along with, I believe, I don't know if Tyler Seguin scored in this one, but it was a tough 4-3 loss. I mean, yeah, it was just they were, I believe they were up 3-2 going to this third, and then then they lost 4-3. So that was not what Bruins wanted against what's looking like it's going to be between the Habs and the Bruins for the top spot in the Northeast. Then they traveled to Washington in the first time that these two met since the first round Game 7 playoffs, where Joel Ward got the winner in overtime. And the Bruins got off to a great start here. They were up 3-0 at the end of one, including a Brad Marchand penalty shot goal, a Dougie Hamilton goal, and Chris Kelly? I'm not sure who the third one was, and the Capitals just came roaring back, and they tied it late in the third, and then horrible defense. Eric Fehr just went past the defense, and I believe it was Ferentz and Hamilton, I believe, and it was just horrible defending. And they split the D, and Eric Fehr actually did really well in the goal, beat Rask up high. So that was a low point for the Bruins after coming off blowing the game against Canadiens 3-2 at home, and then blowing a 3-0 lead against their in the first matchup since then against the Capitals. But and then they played the Toronto Maple Leafs at home and won 4-2 with Anton Khudobin in net. And then they shut out the Flyers 3-0 with Rask in net, and they just beat the Senators 3-2 in Ottawa with Rask in net. So that is it, guys. I'll get back on routine with these Bruins Weekend reviews. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
We started from the bottom, but we racing to the top. And we never ever sleep, but got dreams of getting on. And times are looking hard, but you know we'll never stop. And we do it for the fans, cause these fans are all we got. But we ain't in this alone, we thankful for your help. I'm rapping heavyweight and reaching for that.